Hello everyone. Good morning and good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. Howdy. In this video tutorial, I will show you how to create a Gantt chart using Microsoft Excel. Okay. Some students may use a different version of Microsoft Excel, but I'm using the Microsoft Excel 2016. However, the concept is the same. Alright? So, let me start to explain how you create this project. Okay? The first thing that you need to do is to create a project table. You see this? From A3 through A8 here. You need to enter all this data first. Alright? You need to enter this. Once you enter this table, the next thing, you need to create a standard chart bar. A standard bar chart based on the start date. Okay? So that's the second step. Right? The third one, once you finish creating the bar chart based on the start date, then you need to add a duration. If you notice that each of the description has a duration, how many days they are, right? So that is add duration, the third one. The fourth one is to add the description here on the y-axis, right? When we finish step number 3, this one doesn't have the name, right? So the fourth step, we need to put a description on the y-axis, right? From the design interface, design user interface up to release version to clients. Okay? Release the version. And then the fifth, transform the bar chart, transform the bar graph into a Gantt chart. Okay. What it means by this is we need to make it as a Gantt chart. Okay? Because when we first initially created a Gantt chart, it was a row. It's a row chart, right? And now we need to transform the bar graph into the Gantt chart so it looks presentable. Alright? And the last one, you need to improve the design of the Gantt chart by correcting the format. Okay? So these are the 6 steps of creating a Gantt chart using Excel. What is Gantt chart? Well, Gantt chart is basically show you how the, what you call this? Gantt chart basically represent project or tasks in the form of cascading horizontal bar chart. Okay? So each of these activities has a duration. Once we finish the first activity, then we start the second activity. Once we finish the second activities, we start do the third activities, and so on until I release the version. Okay? Alright, so hopefully you understand a little bit background of this, right? Of a Gantt chart. Okay, it's a timeline, basically, it's a timeline. Okay, so this is the finished product that we need to have. So let's start. I'm going to create this start date. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this. Okay, well, assume that you have this table. Okay, you need to student need to create this table in the Excel, Microsoft Excel. Okay, after you finish creating this table, a project table, the next thing is to highlight this start date. You go to insert and then go to the insert column and bar chart and choose this second D, right? You can choose stack or this one. It's actually is almost the same. Let's choose this one, stack bar. Okay, you choose the stack bar. Okay, now we need to add the duration, right? Now we finish step number 1, and now we do step number 2. Again, if you are using a different version of Excel, the concept is the same. Here I'm using the 2016. Okay. The next one, we need to create a standard Excel bar chart based on the start date, which is we just did earlier. Okay. The next one, we need to add the duration data to the chart. So how we do that? We need to click in this chart, right click and select data. Okay, right click and select data. Now we need to add this. Okay, we need to add this. We need to add, and we are going to name this a duration. Okay. Duration. Okay, and then the value here, we need to highlight from here through here, right? Over there, right? And then we need to click OK, right? We need to click OK. So you have a start date and the duration, right? Notice that the start date is over there and then the duration is orange. Alright, so that is step number 3, right? Now we need to do step number 4. Add description to the y-axis. You see this one? We need to change this one. So how we do this? On the start date, we need to click edit. Start date, edit. Okay. And then on the x-axis, we need to change this to here, right? We need to change this from there, right? Not include the description. Notice that it changed automatically. Okay. So now I'm gonna click OK. Alright. Now you have all this y-axis belongs to the description. Okay. What's the next step? The next step, we need to format this, right? Okay. So, well, this graph is not represent a Gantt chart, so we have to make it like the one on the left. So we need the 5th one is to transform the bar graph into the Gantt charts. So how we do that? Okay, so I'm going to click the blue one, click the blue bar. Okay, click the blue bar and then click the blue color bar, right click and then format data series, right? Okay, then we will see a pop-up there, right? Once we see the pop-up, we need to the fill tab. Where is the fill tab here? Here. Okay, on the fill tab, we're gonna put no fill. Okay, no fill. So now become no fill. And then the border, we need to put no line. Okay, so remember, we go right click here, format data series, and then choose the fill and border, put no fill and no line. All right. What we need to do now? We need to do this in the reverse order, right? So how we do that here? We need to click this one on the left, and then we need to put this on the reverse order. Let me see. Here, you need to go to axis option. You see that on the left side here? We need to put this on the reverse order. Why? Because release to the client is the last step. So we need to reverse that. Here is the thing. Categories in reverse order. Check this one. Now, the first activities is design user interface. Okay? Alright, so let me see what's the next one. Okay, so the next thing, So we finished number 5, which is transform the bar graph into Gantt chart. Now is more represent the same as the left to the left, right? Earlier it was a little bit just a regular chart. Now it's almost similar. So the next step is number 6, improve the design of the Gantt chart by correcting the format. Okay, so let's improve the format. What we need to do, we need to go to the start date here, right click and go to format cell and go to general. Okay, this is 4412, so we need to write down this is because this start date is represented by Excel numerical number, which is 44103. So we need to write it down. This number, click cancel. Now we need to click the top legend here, right? You see the minimum bound here. We need to delete that and put the number 44103. Okay. This number is represents September 29, okay? Otherwise, it will start in July, okay? Remember that. So you need to click enter, and then here you can put auto, yes. This is the auto there, okay? So 44102 represents September 29, and then it will go to auto automatically for the maximum, all right? So now the graph is almost similar to the left, okay? All right, the next thing, we need to change the minimum, right? So let's do this again. Where is the minimum here? Axis, the tick mark or the label? No, let me see. Oh, here we go, right? The major, so we need to adjust the number here. Let me see. The major unit, maybe we need to put 15. 15, enter. Right? So it's not too wide. The gap is not too wide, right? And then the minimum unit, maybe we can put 3, right? 3. Okay, 3 auto, alright. So now you have this, right? So the minimum bound and the maximum bound is represent the date, the start date, and the end date. You get this number by right-clicking here, right? You do right-clicking on the start date, and then you need to write it down and click auto. All right. What else here? Separated gap, right? Now we need to change this to separated gap. Let me see. Where can we find here? 3D, right? Maybe it's 3D here. No, the separated gap. Okay. Here we need to change the orange number. Okay. We need to go to format data series again, and then we need to choose the separated gap. Where is this? Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. Gap, right? You see that we have a big gap there. So the gap width, we're gonna put it to 0, enter. And then the series overlap, maybe we put it 100, okay? If we put 150, if notice that you have a big gap there. So we need to make it 0, alright? So now it's almost the same. Now we just have to put it in the 3 dimension. How we do the 3 dimension? You click this one, which is the effect. Choose 3 dimension. Add this to 6 point. Now you have on the top level 6. Now it's similar like that. Okay. So now the graph is similar to the one on the right. Okay. We just have to adjust it. Okay. So if you notice that the design user interface start on September 29 and finish on October 15, right? Over there is 16 days. After we finish the first activity, we do start coding. we start coding on October 16 and the end of November 15, which is 30 days, and so on. All right. So I hope that the student watch this video tutorial first before they actually do the Gantt chart. Okay, I'm gonna close this and then I'm gonna save this file, save this as a Gantt chart. Okay, I'm in the Gantt chart. All right, so hopefully that this video is informative and value to you, and thank you for watching, and email me if you have any questions through Blackboard. Have a wonderful day, folks. Bye.